The Nintendo Switch 2. We officially have a release date. We have a date for pre-orders. We have a pricing point. We know what games are coming out. And also what specs and parts and accessories are coming with the Nintendo Switch or purchasing separately, of course. And of course, we have to talk about the pricing. That everybody's all enraging about the pricing and so much more. Welcome back to a new episode of the AJ Show, and today we're going to talk about the Nintendo Switch 2. I'm a little late to the party on this one because it's work and stuff, and I kind of just want to let everybody else air out their thoughts and stuff, and let me just kind of sit and think about it and let it marinate for a little bit for a few days before I give my thoughts and opinions, and now we're going to get there. So as per usual, get yourself a beverage, sit back, relax, and let's talk about the Nintendo Switch 2. All right, here we are. The specs and information regarding to the Nintendo Switch 2, as you can see, available on June 5th, 2025 of this year. Talks about how to buy, an overview trailer. As you can see, there's stuff playing right here. It says the next revolution of Nintendo Switch system is here. Bring games to life with a larger 1080p screen or connect to a TV and play up to 4K resolution, which that's going to be cool. That's going to be nice. I'm going to enjoy that for sure. All right. Support for HDR, VRR, whatever that means, and frame rates up to 120 frames per second, which is going to be great. Then the 30 to 60 frames per second on the original Switch. So enjoy vivid color, clarity, and smooth gameplay. So again, it's an upgrade when it comes to game resolutions and such. And the Joy-Cons are apparently magnetic. That's hard to say sometimes, magnetic. So they just clamp onto the sides as the animated logo does. They just kind of go kind of like that. And there's like a release button, I believe, is what I saw on the demonstration. And also the controller will have mouse capabilities. That's kind of what we projected, like computer mouse right here. So it's going to have that capability. What is that going to be used for in a game? I have no idea. And I don't know if I'll ever probably use it for a game like that. Maybe. I don't know. But you can experience games like Mario Kart World. And that is going to be bundled with the system as a download for a higher price. All right, so the system is priced for $449 as I'm recording this. We got tariffs in play, so that could change, and who knows. All right, so politics aside, this is what we're looking at right now, and I believe something did come out about it today, about tariffs. I'll try to find out here in a little bit. I haven't read it myself just yet. But anyways, currently, right now, $449 for just the system itself. If you want Mario Kart World, you're going to have to pay another $50 to $499. So basically, my ballpark price range was about spot on within the range. I said it could be between $350 to $450. So right on the high spectrum of what I projected. But if you throw in a game bundle, of course, there you go. You're going to have another extra $50 for that. However, if you buy it separate, this is where it's going to get hard because the prices for the games have gone up. And we're talking like 90s prices when you look at ads. And I've seen a lot of Facebook ads regarding to, this was the price range for like it was in the 90s. Some of the games were like up to $100 or $70 and such. Tears of the Kingdom was $70 for the game it was. Well worth it, honestly. Well worth the price for Tears of the Kingdom. If you're a Legend of Zelda fan like myself and such, well worth the price for that game. But as you can see, there's the different variations right here of how the Switch is going to set up and look. It is bigger. It's going to have like other like chat features on here where you have a little camera, as you can see right here. and another USB-C port up top here where you could plug the camera in, or you can charge it up there too, which is pretty cool. You know, there's a tabletop right here, how it shows. I am not going to use the camera. Let's just be real. I am not one that plays online with friends. I don't do it. I am a solo player, or I play with the family at home. That's just me. I'm old school like that. I'm classic like that. Call me classic, call me old school. I don't care. I'm not going to buy that accessory. No. I'm just, that's not for me. You know, maybe it's for you. All right. Maybe you're young, you're cool, you do live streams or whatever, or, you know, I just record videos in my basement. All right. And give my thoughts and opinions and reviews on stuff and all that. But yeah, it's this is it. I mean, this is what you're looking at for spec wise. Of course, it says go big with a 7.9-inch screen that lets you enjoy smooth gameplay anytime, anywhere. I like the bigger screen because, again, I'm getting up there. Because I mean, if I have to go to a Pro Max phone because I want a bigger screen to see things, yeah. I just, the bigger the better. All right, let's just be real. But yeah, there it is. Look at that. Look at the animations. Whoever designed this site is pretty cool. All right. But yeah, there's a new Donkey Kong game coming out that looks cool. And like he could have just smashed through the ground and walls. I've seen that. We'll talk about the games in just a moment. But yeah, let's go check out the game library. I think we're up to that point. Here we go. Check out more games. All right, so we're going to go to the games area. Of course, Mario Kart World. That looks sick. It looks awesome. Definitely one I would definitely own because we play Mario Kart here and on the Switch, so it's pretty cool. I really like this. This looks good. Then you get to Donkey Kong Bonanza, and this is kind of what I was talking about right here, just smashing through things. That actually looks pretty fun, to be honest. And I'm not a Donkey Kong person. I'm not a fan, but that might be something I would be willing to try out. But again, I'm not a big Donkey Kong fan, you know. Like Donkey Kong Returns, I bought it for the Wii when it came out because, oh yeah, Donkey Kong, that looks cool. But I never finished it and I got rid of it. So again, I've dabbled in it. I've played it. I'm not a big Donkey Kong person. That's not my cup of tea. So maybe not a purchase for me. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond there's a Nintendo Switch 2 edition, which I do believe that is also releasing on the Switch itself. So if I don't purchase a Switch 2 just yet, I don't know if I would I like Metroid. I do. You know, I enjoy Super Metroid. I've enjoyed Metroid Dread. I never finished Metroid Dread. I got stuck. And I haven't picked it up since. And I like it. I do. I honestly do like the Metroid games. But I'm not really huge into Metroid. So I don't know if I would dabble into 4 or not. I didn't really play the first 2. I played the third one, but never finished it. So it's one of those games that, I don't know. We'll see if that will be a pickup or not. Kirby Air Riders is back. You got Dragon Drive, whatever. That guy's in a wheelchair? Oh, that's actually cool. You got Welcome Tour, whatever that is. The Dusk Bloods. I don't know. Okay, where's the rest of them here? Oh, I think this is the rest of them here. So, like, there's, like, Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. I am interested in that. I've been wanting to dabble into Final Fantasy games. And I think that one might be something I would pick up, honestly, for it. But here's a whole different other lineup of more. I know there's a Kirby in a Forgotten Land is being re-released. Breath of the Wild and also Tears of the Kingdom is being re-released for the Nintendo Switch 2 with the higher resolution and graphics and stuff. Honestly, I'm not going to buy those again because I own it on the Switch. Why do I need to go buy it again for the Nintendo Switch 2 just because you're trying to sell me high resolution graphics? Okay, look at here. Hang on. I just saw something. Madden? Oh, I'm excited now. WWE 2K? Oh, come on. They're bringing them back to Nintendo. Okay, now we're talking. I didn't even know those were a thing. Just seeing the scrolling of the games here. Tamagotchi? What the frick? Why? Why Tamagotchi? It just keeps scrolling. There's more good stuff on the way. One of the other big news that came out for it is the GameCube is going to be on here for the online service exclusively on the Nintendo Switch 2. Thanks, guys. I was looking forward to playing Wind Waker for the first time, so I have to buy that now. Just to, I would actually no. Reality is, I was hoping they would release Wind Waker and Twilight Princess in a bundle for the Nintendo Switch 2. That was my hope. I was hoping they would do that on the Switch originally. Carry over from like they have some games over from the Wii U, the miserably failed Wii U. But yeah, and you're going to get also this year to go with the GameCube experience, the Nintendo GameCube Classic controller. Huh? Does that make you want to buy it now because of this? Maybe. And of course, more classic games, you'll still have your online services. Everything will just port over to the new Switch. There should be some sort of smooth transition for that, apparently. So, it's all going to be good. But the one other aspect that I've learned also, like here, this is what I want to talk about here. Game key card. Some physical games are available as a game key card. Insert a game key card to download the full game to your system. What kind of stupidness is that? You're not going to give me the full game on a game cart. You're going to lock it behind, to get the full experience, you're going to lock it behind a download? Are you kidding me? This is where the days of physical media is starting to fade away. Game collectors are going to be struggling to collect games because they're going to be in this format. And then, the next generation of consoles, hey, we're going to go all straight downloads. No cards, nothing. How are you going to trade games? How are you going to sell your games if you don't care for it anymore? Or if you need money or whatever the case may be? How are you going to sell to DK Oldies? How are you going to sell it to GameStop? How are you going to sell it on eBay or to the what do you call it? Flea market madnesses that are out there? How are you going to do that if we're going to move towards this format? I like collecting the physical games. Now, don't get me wrong. I have some digital games, like Sonic Mania is straight up digital on my Switch. All right, I do have some of those digital games on there. But man, that just ruins it for me right there. That just ruins it right there for me. But yeah, here we are. The games, is this going to be a day one pickup for me? The answer is immediately no. Will not be a day one pickup for me. Here's why. I want to see what first quarter sales do. All right, in history, if history repeats itself, maybe, if it does, like the 3DS, when that came out, they had to drop the price after the first quarter sales because they weren't meeting these sales because it was too expensive. I'm hoping maybe the same thing will happen here, but I don't think it will. I think we're just going to be stuck with these high prices for some reason. But if that's the case, great. If not, I'm going to sit back and I'm just going to set aside money because a friend of mine on Facebook told me, just throw it on a credit card. I'm like, I'm trying to get out of credit card debt here, y'all. Don't tell me to put it on a credit card. All right. And so this is when I'm going to set money aside, like just here and there. So it may be a year. If I start now, by this time next year, I'll probably be purchasing the Nintendo Switch 2. Probably. Most likely. If I start saving and set aside money now, within the next year, at some point, I'm going to pick up a Nintendo Switch 2. Reason being is because I love Zelda. I love video games. I still support Nintendo no matter what. Despite my outrage for prices right now with this thing. And there's some weird gimmicks to it. It's cool. It is nice. But the Wii was cool. Here's the trend. The Wii was cool. The Wii U was not. The Switch was, what's the fate of this one if it goes in that same pattern? Is this one not going to be cool either? I don't know. All we can do is just wait and see what happens, how sales goes down. And like I said, I'm not going to be a first day buyer this time. I was a first day buyer for the Nintendo Switch. I pre-ordered it. This one, I'm going to hold. I'm going to keep enjoying my Tears of the Kingdom and what games I have currently right now and whatever new ones that may come on to it from this time on till I begin dabbling into and get a Nintendo Switch 2 purchased. That's going to be my plan. All right, like I said, I'm hoping maybe, and I doubt it, that maybe they'll learn and drop the price based on sales, if sales tank on this thing. But hey, it is what it is at this point. You know, inflation, prices, tariffs, all that stuff going on in the world. Here we are. So, with that being said, I will eventually own a Nintendo Switch 2 and play the games that I want to play. There is a Hyrule Warriors game coming out, a third installment called Age of Imprisonment, featuring, it's a prequel to Tears of the Kingdom, taking place when Zelda went back in time. That's cool. I like that. I'm not a huge Hyrule Warriors fan. I do own both of them, but I haven't really gone back to them because it's just hack and slash. And not that there's nothing wrong with it. Sometimes you just want to sit back and do a hack and slash day or something, but I'll pick it up anyway because it's Zelda. So there you go. I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe out there and share your thoughts on this if you like. But like I said, it's not going to be a first day purchase for me. I'm going to save my money for it and probably buy it within the next year. Stay safe and take care.